Hello, and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 194. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside Two Fresh Crash. How are you, Crash?
I'm doing good.
Oh, Crash. What happened? Mike and you was meant to do the show this week.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
I got a nervous wreck and didn't trust Mike.
Yeah.
Literally, for those that are wondering, it was supposed to be Snowbite Mike and Crash to record the episode this week. But I messaged Mike, we've gone back and forth. I love Mike more than most people in this world. Nicest guy ever. He is the worst person ever to DM. He just doesn't respond to DMs the way I think normal people respond to DMs.
You know what it is? You treat DMs as a text message.
Yeah,
Mike
that's
probably
what it
does
is.
it. But Mike probably does it.
Maybe you're right. It's my form of I'm communicating.
I understand. Me and you like DM all the time.
Yeah.
So I get it. I understand.
In my head, a DM or a Facebook Messenger, that is like a text message to me. I don't need your phone number for that.
Right. I agree.
But yeah, I was nervous that Mike wasn't going to get back to Crash in time. I literally leave very, very soon to go away for the week, and I was getting nervous. Like, oh, we're gonna miss a week. We're gonna miss a week, and it's not gonna be because of me. And I'm gonna get annoyed. And I thought, you know what? Let's just take all of that off the table. We will do a episode with no video this week. So for those wondering why there's no video, they're still on YouTube, but there's no video of me and Crash, just because I'm boiling hot. I have got no nice clothes to wear, and I am just sat here doing nothing right now. So yeah, it's better this way, trust me. You still get a show, and that's all that matters. For those who don't know, My Xbox and Me is our weekly Xbox show here on youtube.com/mcfixer, and on all podcast services around the world. Remember, you can get the show early over on patreon.com/mcfixer. Find us on Google Play, Spotify, amongst other services. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/mcfixer. And remember to drop us a review / rate us on iTunes if you haven't done that already. We've got 2 Patreon producers this month. One is from our boy Mike Lynch. Mike has been keeping this show going for the longest time possible, and without him, we could not do this. So Mike, thank you very much for your support. And the second one is Super Killer Bunny. And he says, if you want to watch a stream where basically nothing happens, and maybe it's not even a stream, and maybe you just wanted to play something but couldn't decide, just like our Patreon producer, Super Killer Bunny. Check them out at twitch.tv/superkillerbunny. One of these days of the week, most of the week, 60% of the time, he's live 30% of the time. Bunny, thank you very much for supporting the show as well. Krish, how you been?
You know, I've been decent. Not too bad. Too bad.
You've been playing some games?
I've been playing the same games I played last week.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute, I guess. And yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. But let's get into the topic of the show this week. An interesting tidbit of news came out. Again, it's very quiet at the moment because we've got Comic-Con coming up, which I'm assuming a few bits have come out. E3's gone, so we've got the sort of the post-E3 hangover. So not much. So short show this week, which I'm very thankful for. But we did get this one, which was the Division 2 director asked fans if they would want a single-player spin-off. The Division 2's creative director has asked fans thoughts on a single-player spin-off of the Tom Clancy's looter shooter. Creative director at Massive Entertainment, Julian Greatly, is that right?
Greatly,
yeah.
I think so.
Retweeted an idea from Tim Spencer, who is a level designer at Lego Studio TT Games. In his tweet, Spencer images a narrative-focused single-player to the Division that would follow an agent attempting to get back to their family after being sent to New York City. He noted in the thread that, quote, none of the stories have explored what a Division agent sacrifices and what they go through mentally, which would be good grounds for a single-player offering. Greatly retweeted Spencer's tweet, asking for thoughts from followers. Unsurprisingly, there are hundreds of responses, many of which are enthusiastic about the idea of a single-player Tom Clancy's game. Greatly later followed up his tweet saying that the idea is, quote, apparently not something people are violently against, end quote. I'll let you lead off, Crash, because you're someone that you've played Division 1, you've played Division 2, and neither of those have got you, correct?
Yeah.
Would a single player Division game, I suppose they would take the loot how would it work? Like, is that something that would interest you?
No. I don't think the world is interesting enough for me personally.
Interesting. Okay.
Because that's like one of the things that kept me from getting into Division is I don't care about that world.
Okay.
I could see a single player game working out if it was done to like the vein of like a Last of Us without the zombies or clickers. Sorry.
Yeah, I got you.
So something in that area. But I don't know. This doesn't sound too interesting for me.
See, I'm on the opposite end of it. I would love imagine a 4 to 5 hour single player expansion where they start the Division. None of the Division games have characters that anybody cares about, or that anybody I know that plays the games cares about.
Right.
Like, there is no character that you think of in your head that is a Division agent. This could be like the first thing they do where they start building these characters out, and then the Division 3 has some noteworthy characters that people actually care about. Imagine this is like the next general or the next person that sends you out on missions, and you have like an attachment, like Division, not Division, sorry, like Destiny. I don't care about the characters, but I know you cared about Cade and
Right.
there's a couple other people that people cared about. And then they had their little story tidbits, and that's how you got your story. The Division's story is sort of told through its world. I would say it's what's happened to this place that we're at. There's these bad people. Go kill the bad people. There's not that much more going on than that at the moment. But with a single player 4 to 5 hour experience, let's say, additional content. And I don't think this needs to be like a whole game. It needs to be like an additional thing. I think that would be really cool because it would like, oh, I know Jonathan now. Jonathan's the guy giving me the missions, but we went on that experience where we fought our way out of New York to get back to his wife Sarah, who's the doctor in the medical unit, and his daughter Trisha, who is also training kids to shoot guns. Like, imagine that, and it gets built up and it's built out a bit more. So you've got the world, which I think the Division does a great job with already, but then you're building upon that with characters.
My only thing is like I don't think Ubisoft would invest money into this because I don't think you could do this as an expansion. Because I don't think that would work in Division 2.
I don't know,
think
but it can
people
be a
want
standalone expansion though. It doesn't have to be. I don't think it has to be in the Division 2, but I just don't think it works as. I don't think it works as a single player game that short. But like a standalone piece of content where all the gear, maybe like it plays into Division 2, where like all the gear, if you have the Division 2, all the gear that you do get during the single player game, you can put in your box in Division 2 if you wanted to, that then you could use with your agent character in that.
My only answer to that would be you already have a Division 2 story then. You played Division 2, it had a story.
No. But what I'm saying is this would go deeper into a story, more of a story, but it would make no sense to do this story. Then all the loot that you're getting, like the actual gameplay loop, would just
probably wouldn't
be
be
nothing.
The gameplay loop wouldn't be the same. Like I don't think you can make this and do the same gameplay loop where you're worrying about loot and stuff like that. I think that's counterintuitive to making a single player story where you want somebody to care about the character and the world they're in.
Well, you don't think that you could have a single player story where you're picking up random pieces of loot still?
No, because you'd be worried about the loot. It takes away from the narrative if you're constantly worrying about loot.
See, no, I don't think it does if you do it correctly. If it's done correctly, I don't think so. Because like, what is the gameplay loot then? It's not Division then. At that point, if there's no loot and there's no, and I'm not talking about the grind for loot. I'm just talking about as you progress.
Right, just getting loot.
Say that you this. I'm a little bit rusty on what update they're on at the moment in Division because I've not played for a while. But imagine the gear score at the moment is 500, right?
Yeah.
And then so you start off at 500 gear, and then you're working as you progress. You're getting better. You're just picking up better from boxes and from like the weapon boxes that they've already got and like stuff like that. And then at the end of it, it's probably the highest level gear that's already in Division 2's update, but you can transfer it over. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get it. I still don't think. I still think it's counterintuitive.
See, I don't get what, like, for me, it just, I don't see why that'd be counterintuitive, because I don't think the loot in that regard for me is just a case of, oh, I'm gonna buy this single player piece of content, which won't happen anytime soon anyway, but just we're speculating here. I'll buy this single player piece of content that I'm also gonna benefit in my Division 2 world as well. But that's not why I'm playing it. I'm playing it because I want to get this story.
But then why do you need the loot there?
Just so there's some crossover. Just so there's for some people they need that, like the reason to keep playing. And obviously if there's exclusive skins and there's exclusive emotes,
Right.
and exclusive
So you could do
guns, but I say guns as well. Like I think I don't want it half-assed. I want there to be characters, and I want it to be story, and I want it to be that being built out. But I do also want a different guns that are not in Division 2 that I can then take over.
I don't think they should do guns. I think once you do guns, you technically have a pay-to-win model. Something people could call a pay-to-win model.
Why? It doesn't mean
especially if the guns are good. But if they are...
You've got to balance it, right?
You're saying put bad guns in?
I'm not saying put bad guns in, but I'm saying balance them.
But when has Division ever been good with balancing?
Okay. Well,
to be fair, I haven't really played Division 2, so I can't really speak on that.
Yeah.
But I know like it was a horrible thing in Division 1. The balancing wasn't amazing.
I mean, I don't think it's bad now. I think that
I don't know. I don't keep up with it.
I don't think it's bad. I think there's the best builds out there, which that game is sort of built around. But it's not about. I don't know. It just seems like something that could be interesting, nonetheless. And I would be super interested in it.
Okay.
But you would have nothing. You wouldn't care at all.
No, there's no chance I get it.
So Division 3 drops in 3 years' time. You're not getting it, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, you're done. You've been burnt twice now. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Let's jump into what's been in our box this week. Crash, what have you been playing?
So I spent yesterday playing games with Ben, and we went through a few games. We went from Apex, to Smite to Gears. Horrible day. It was hot. We were playing bad. We were getting frustrated.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's play some co-op games. And we go on to our game library, and we realized no co-op games have been coming out.
Nope, not really
at all. There's like no co-op games right now. Not really. Not like
news dropped is the problem.
Right. Because there was a whole bunch of old stuff.
You
Where
could
like
play Division. You could play Ghost Recon Wildlands. You could play. There's so many stuff that has co-op, but nothing new has dropped that's got co-op in. Yeah, I agree.
So that was kind of like my experience for like the whole week so far. I haven't done too many gaming this past week. So
yeah, July's a bit of a weird month for games. It's summer. People are breaking up from school over here. I don't know if it's the same over there. But yeah, it's like oh yeah, we're just sort of waiting for games. I picked up, not for this podcast, no one really cares, but I picked up Dragon Quest Builders 2 for the Switch for the plane ride. Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I remembered that I'm dumb because then I remembered that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 comes out the 19th, the day before my birthday.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good thing to say. People have been asking me about my birthday. Am I doing a stream? Obviously not. I'm not going to be in the country, so there will be no birthday stream this year. No drunken mess fixer this year. Just so everyone's aware. But I am back the 29th of August, 12 p.m. till 5 p.m. 29th, which is a Monday. So if you're around, come say hello. What have I been playing? All I've touched is NBA 2K19.
Are you liking it?
It's not. Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. It's not. I couldn't tell you if it's a good game or not. Like, I just can't. Like, I'm playing the career mode where I just control one player. But it's kind of the perfect pick up and play game at the moment. I just broke into the first team, so I'm starting games now. So I'm like, okay,
nice.
I'm starting to pick up more points. I'm starting to get more rebounds. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm actually enjoying this a bit more.
Right.
But I couldn't tell you if it's a good game. Like, if you put number 18 or 16 or 17 in front of me, I couldn't tell you the differences between this one and the last three.
It's like me with FIFA, me with any game, any sports game for the most part.
Yeah, it's see, the only game I notice differences in Madden. I don't play that much Madden, but I always notice the differences, which is an interesting one. But yeah, I'm still enjoying it. Yeah, it's just so long. I can't believe how long a season is in that. Like, I think I'm 40 games in. I'm not even halfway through a season yet. Like, it's just crazy. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it nonetheless. I'll keep on playing it. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, oh shit, 20 comes out soon. Am I gonna buy that? Like, what am I doing? I've just got 19. I didn't pay a lot for it. I think I picked it up for like
Right.
£10. But I'm like, what do I do now? Like,
You think it'll be something you pick up?
I don't know, because a part of me wants to say yes, and I want to grind it out, and I want to get my character good, and then I want to go to the park and be able to play online against people. But then a part of me knows that's like a second job. Like,
Right.
the amount of
You have to be on it every day.
the amount, and I see, like, I've been watching some streams of people, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, you know what you're doing. I'm not good at this game. Like, I'm not good at all, so it's literally, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to pick up 20, pay the $60 for it, £50 for it, and then be like, oh, I could have just played 19. Like,
I would have had the same experience.
yeah. I don't know. I'm going to wait for the gameplay to come out and the trailers and stuff. And if they do something really different, then maybe. Or if the story looks really good, because I love a sports story, as most people know. But, yeah, I don't know. A part of me wants to say no, but probably yes.
All right.
But it depends what comes out around it. There's a lot coming out in August.
Yeah, August is a pretty
Beefy month.
packed month.
Yeah. So, we'll see. Well, let's jump into the news real quick, Crash. There's not a lot to talk about, to be honest with you. A few weird stories, a few ones that upset me. This first one upsets me, which is Randy Pickford confirms no Borderlands 3 crossplay at launch. Gearbox CEO Randy Pickford has confirmed that Borderlands 3 will not support cross-play platform play when it launches on Xbox One, PS4 and PC on September 13th, despite previously calling the feature a requisite. I thought that's what it said, but I was scared. Crossplay chatter has surrounded Borderlands 3 pretty much since its internal unveiling, with Pickford tweeting back in April that Gearbox has a very keen interest in the feature. This has suggested he suggested was one of the reasons why the decision had been made to restrict sales of Borderlands 3 to the Epic Games Store on PC. We believe multi-platform support is a prerequisite, he wrote, and Epic's leadership with cross-platform support is helpful in our interests there. Shortly after Pickford's tweet, publishing 2K told GameSpot that crossplay is something we're looking at closely, but we don't have anything to confirm or announce at this time. How does that make you feel?
We were bamboozled.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if this is the case of like Gearbox trying to get as many initial sales as possible for people who want to play with multiple friends day one, or if this is something like Sony's like, okay, we'll let you guys add crossplay, but you guys can't add it day one.
Oh, I didn't think of it like that. So you think maybe Sony could be the ones? No, I don't see it.
I don't think so either. I'm just like
Yeah.
that. When I read this, like I was thinking like, why would they do this? And I was like, maybe, probably not, but maybe.
I just don't think it's ready, and they're not going to delay the game for it.
Probably.
I mean, if it comes a month after, is that really a big deal? You'd imagine there's an expansion coming out and a DLC and free updates and stuff like that. People are still going to be playing in a month's time, right?
Right. I mean, to me and you, that wouldn't be a big deal because we're playing on the same platform. But some people who are like, oh, I'm going to be able to get on this platform and play with this friend on this platform and somebody on PC and so on and so forth.
Yeah. So if you had your heart set on it and you knew you were going to play with, say it was you and you're playing on PlayStation, you're like, oh, man, I thought that was a sure in. Now it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. This is the problem with when you come out and say things. People's expectations go to where you assume, when it's like very keen interest. People read between the lines and assume that means confirmed, which it wasn't, but it now is confirmed that it won't be there at launch. Yeah, but hinting at something and nodding to it and sort of like winking at it. It's like, okay, yeah, but until you actually say it, doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah. But I think that's like where developers need to start being like very clear cut with like what they're saying and what their message is.
Yes. I agree. I do agree with you on that. Yeah, a little bit of bad news. Not really for me. What this does mean, though, is I will hold off on buying it on any other platform now. Where I would just get it on Xbox, where beforehand I probably would have picked this up on PC. So, yeah. Yeah. Next up, Gears of War 5 cuts all references to smoking tobacco. This one's been a bit of a hoo-ha on the internet this week. The upcoming
Yeah.
Gears of War 5 will feature blood, guts, guns, explosions, ugly aliens, scrolling men and women, guns, gunfire, guns with chainsaws, and guns. What will not, however, is tobacco products. Anti-smoking organisation Truth Initiative approached E-League about making Gears of War 5 smoke-free, according to a Variety report, which in turn worked with Microsoft and the Correlation to remove all references to smoking from the game. Quote, I've seen firsthand the devastating impact of smoking, the Correlation Studio head Rod Ferguson said in a statement. Quote, it's always been important to me to not use smoking as a narrative device, which is why we made the consequential choice to avoid highlighting or glorifying smoking in Gears of War 5 and throughout the Gears of War universe moving forward. The changes has actually been in the works for months. This took a lot of time and a lot of good thinking. Turner Sports Digital and E-League sales strategy and revenue head Seth Ladsky, said it's the right image for E-League and the game itself to project. End quote. Crash, this comes down to advertisements.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. Gears of War 4 didn't have smoking.
Huh?
Gears of War 4 didn't have smoking.
Okay.
Gears of War 2 didn't have smoking. Gears of War 1 didn't have smoking. Gears of War 3 only had smoking in a DLC pack, Michael Barrick, that is from the comics that wasn't even made by Epic at the time.
Okay. So why would they cut references to smoking in a game that is 18 plus,
but
that is aimed towards adults, male adults, and you would say their demographic would be a lot of people
but cutting
smoking. What's the big deal here?
Cutting smoking is the wrong choice of words. But they're not cutting smoking if smoking wasn't in it.
But it says the article is Gears of War 5 is cutting all references to smoking and tobacco.
Where's the article from?
From Variety.
Who wrote the article?
I don't know. Can find out though. Give me a second. Todd Spangler wrote the article.
Was that a quote from Rod Ferguson?
The quote from Rod Ferguson was, where is it? I've got it here. If we've got it, it's the one that I read.
Yeah, but that doesn't say he's cutting smoking. You can't cut something that hasn't been in the game.
So, okay, from what I've read, is it was in the game and they've taken it out.
No.
So
Gears has never featured
okay, go on.
ton of smoking. Judgment's the only one where I can't really remember. I don't really remember that game too fondly, and maybe Judgment's like an exception. But none of the games have predominantly featured smoking other than the Gears 3 DLC with Michael Barrick.
So here's the other part I've got here, which is past Gears of War titles have included occasional scenes with tobacco use, with certain characters holding cigars or cigarettes. With the removal of tobacco. Okay, I understand what you're saying now. So you don't think there was actually anything in Gears of War? You just think it was a choice of like, we're not gonna put that in.
Yeah. Well, also like Rod Ferguson's father passed away when he was 4 to lung cancer because he smoked tobacco.
Okay.
So like, I don't really think this is like an advertisement sort of way. Like we want to advertise the game better or whatever. I really do think this was just sort of smoking's not really in Gears of War, and going forward, like we're not gonna put it in. And I'm sure like the deal with Truth, they get money out of that or whatever, better advertisement or whatever it is.
I'm reading this next bit again here, which is the game set for September 10th release comes from the Xbox Game Studios and game developer Correlation. The decision to remove all smoking references from Gears of War 5 came after not-for-profit anti-smoking organizations, Truth Initiative, approached Turner. So it was in there.
I don't know, because like Rod Ferguson also like made a statement saying that Gears of War 5 never had smoking.
Where's that? Because I've
He
got
had tweeted it out. He made a tweet. He responded to somebody to clarify. He had tweeted something to clarify. Here, let me.
interested. The reason that we're going over this for people that are listening is I'd rather have the conversation the right way than the wrong way. I'd rather not sit here and be like, I think this is stupid, which I do think this is stupid. If that's the case, with it being at 18, because the headline you've got here is Gears of War 5 will exclude smoking after concerns raised by Youth Anti-Tobacco Org. That was the headline. So when you see that, the knee-jerk reaction from me was, kids shouldn't be playing this game anyway, so end the story. It's cool. Go on, Crash.
So here, somebody claimed that Rod Ferguson tweeted, "To be fair, this isn't entirely accurate. I've been against smoking from the beginning and have worked hard to not make it part of our franchise. Ever noticed that the Dizzy concept art in Gears 2 had a cigarette, but the actual character in the game doesn't?" I stopped, and then somebody responded, essentially asking him why he's censoring. And Rod responds, again, no censorship. There was no smoking, so nothing was censored.
Interesting.
Well, I think this is like people like blowing up out of proportion, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that is interesting. If it wasn't removed, then it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But if it was removed, I think it's not... I don't really think it's still a big deal, let's be serious. I'd rather us go and put our efforts in curing cancer or something. But...
Right.
It would still annoy me a little bit, because if it, especially with it being a youth charity, saying, hey, can we put this in? It's like, can we not do this? It's like, well, no. If if the artist and the people want to put that in there, then it should be able to. But if it wasn't there in the first place, then why is this even a conversation?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I'll allow it. Last but not least, am I correct? Oh no, we got a couple more. Square Enix has finally responded to Xbox Final Fantasy VII remakes, which it says it has no plans to bring it to. Wasn't yesterday, but Xbox Germany caused a bit of a stir when it posted some false information about Final Fantasy VII Remake on its Facebook page. The post, which has long since been removed, incorrectly declared the game would launch on Xbox on the same day as PlayStation 4's release. The only version we currently know about. While the highly anticipated remake is marked as a timed exclusive on Sony console, no official mention has been made of other platforms, and Square Enix has now doubled down on it in a statement responding to VGC requests for comment. A spokesperson provided the website with the following. As previously announced, Final Fantasy VII Remake will be released on PlayStation 4 on March 3rd, 2020. We have no plans for other platforms. End quote. Crash, are they lying to us?
I don't know. I honestly, I think it's probably a lie.
Yeah, me too. I think they're lying.
Who knows? It's Square Enix.
I think this is one big fat lie.
Probably. Do you think it releases the same date? No.
No,
right?
Definitely not the same date.
Right, okay.
Definitely not the same.
But a year
date.
later, yeah.
I think
it's probably like
yes, exactly. I think
they have a deal with Sony. Like we're not allowed to talk. You're not allowed to talk about other platforms until like it comes out for a console or whatever.
I mean,
or 3 months after or something like that.
Yeah, it seems like a weird statement to come out with. We have no plans for other platforms. Like, I think that's a lie, honestly, and I think that's just gonna make them look dumb when it finally does come to maybe Switch or
also
Xbox.
Was that quote translated by chance?
I don't know actually. I just got it from VGC.
Maybe something got mixed up in translation.
I wouldn't have thought so.
I don't think so, but like maybe, possibly. I don't really know. But yeah, kind of a silly, such a like strong statement to make for no reason. I think
exactly. I think it's just what I would be like. We currently have no plans for other platforms, but that could change or something. Or maybe like you said, maybe they're contracted to not be able to even say that.
Yeah, so it really depends. It would depend. I think this would probably be a contract thing.
Okay, here's a better question then. Do you even care when it comes to Xbox? Would a year's exclusivity make you wait? I know you've got both and stuff like that, but do you care?
That's a tough one. I want to say I would care, but also like we've seen year exclusivities sort of kill games before.
Yeah, but Final
Yeah.
Fantasy's not going to die because of a year exclusivity.
Right.
No.
Yeah, 100%. This is like, it's an exception. It's Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Like, such strong memories with so many people. I think it'll be fine with a year, to be honest. I think people will care. They'll be mad
which they
about
should
this,
do.
whatever. But
I hate timed
yeah.
exclusives. I'm
Oh,
fine with
100%.
I'm fine with full exclusives if people are funding things, but timed exclusives and games like Persona and stuff like that, when we don't understand the deals and stuff, those things they frustrate me. It's like, well, why is it not on Xbox? Why is it not on Xbox? Why is it not on Xbox? Just say it's an exclusive. Like,
Yeah.
put it out
Just
there.
say it's an exclusive. Don't even like hint that it might come to other platforms.
Exactly.
And then one day just drop it on another platform.
Yeah. Exactly. I think that's the hard part. But yeah, I generally do think this is literally, it's going to be a year exclusive, and then it will finally come to the Xbox Scarlet at some point.
Probably.
Every other Final Fantasy game has. Nah. Like, I never would have thought I'd say 7, a PS1 game, be on Xbox, and it is.
Yeah.
In fairness, it's also on mobile. But
Still no Kingdom Hearts.
1 and 2, no, that's true. That's true. Still no Kingdom, which is weird.
Very weird.
Which is weird.
Very,
you
very
would have thought
weird.
that would have come.
Yeah.
Those games are bad, so it doesn't matter.
I'll let you get away with that. No
Thank
video
you.
today.
Thank you. Last story of the week: Ubisoft is banning player-created Assassin's Creed Odyssey XP farming quests. Ubisoft has made a decision to ban some user-created quests in Assassin's Creed Odyssey after a surge in the community created content designed for XP farming. Last month at E3, Assassin's Creed Odyssey received an update that added story creation mode. Released in beta, this allows players to create and share their own massive map-spanning quests, complete with branching narratives and surprising level of complexity. However, after noticing a surge in easy quests that are simple designs to let players farm experience points, Ubisoft took to their community page to talk about banning them. Quote, "Since the launch of the beta, we've noticed an increasing flow of farming quests that exploit the tool to get large amounts of XP," reads the post from the AC community team. Quote, "These exploits risk jeopardizing the overall quality, integrity, and purpose of the story creator mode and result in less visibility for creation in interesting and frankly fantastic community stories that have been published." I loved the idea of this at first, and I thought it was really cool. It'd give the game a little bit longer life cycle, especially considering there's not a new one coming next year. And then I read this and I was like, oh man, like, why is the internet always do the scummiest shit? It's just like the go-to thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm kind of mad. I didn't know about the XP farming quest.
Oh, would you have done it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why?
Because that was one of my biggest gripes, was leveling up.
Yeah, but you would what? So you would have sat there for a few hours and just instead of just enjoying the game.
Would it have
just
been a
doing-
few hours?
Yeah, definitely. To get to the sort of level.
It would depend how long it is. It would depend how long it is. If it was still long, then no, I wouldn't have done it.
But I think it just
I would
takes all
rather
the
play the
problem
game.
away from the game, though, doesn't it? Like, the whole point is to go and explore and do quests, and like, if you're just gonna farm XP, then what's the point?
Yeah, but I want to play an Assassin's Creed game. I don't want to play Watch Dogs.
I'm gonna let that one go today, just because I haven't got the
Okay.
energy. Just because I haven't got the energy. Usually, I'd be all over that like a fly on shit, but no, today I can't do it. I just can't do it. I'm upset by this, but I totally understand why they're doing it. Yeah, I mean, as long as they're just banning the farming stuff and not getting rid of the whole tool altogether, because I think the tool's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was a game that which is weird, I love the Assassin's Creed games, as you all know, but I've not gone back. I really do need to go back. There's just too much coming out. I just don't have enough time. It sucks.
There's always too much, though.
I know. And then I just play NBA for like a couple of hours, and it's like,
Could have
ooh,
played some Assassin's Creed.
I could have, but you know, I like to just switch my brain off and do alley oops all the time. So, you know, that's what I do.
I hear that.
Games with gold this month you've got Inside and Big Crown Showdown on the Xbox One, and on the Xbox 360 you have got Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Meet the Robinsons. This is where you would email in myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com, but I'm pretty sure there's a bot that listens to this show every week because nobody's emailed in again, and it hurts my feelings every week. A little piece
No
of me dies
tweets?
inside. No tweets. No,
Oh,
nothing.
man.
No,
Wow.
nothing. What did we do? What is it we did? Somebody, let me know. Nothing. See, no one replies.
Nobody replied.
No one even replies. It hurts. It hurts. But you know, we'll get over it, won't we?
I'll be honest. I was tempted to like tweet at you real quick.
Nah, forget your questions. I'm off on holiday, so there will be no new show next Friday. This show is actually going to go up early. It's going to go up today. But there'll be no new show next Friday. And when I get back on the Sunday, I will come off the plane, get changed, sleep, and then I will record an episode on the 28th. So, be patient. There will be a show that week. I will not miss a week. I refuse to. If Crash and Snowbite Mike can get their story together and their times together, maybe I'll ask them to do it. But if not, I will be back and I will do it on the 28th. So don't worry, everyone. Crash, let's plug, and get ourselves out of here. What have you got to plug this week?
Twitch.tv/Crushnick. In 3 days, Gears of War Test Server will be up, and I'll be playing a bunch of that. If you guys want to hang out and play,
hit him up. I will be back the 29th of August. Twitch.tv/August 29th of July. Twitch.tv/MCFixer will be my comeback stream after taking a month away. Could really do with people's support. I could really do with seeing some people in chat. It's going to be dope. 5 hours of playing games with you guys. We're going to play Fortnite, PUBG, whatever people want to play. That's what we're going to be doing. Hopefully a little bit of Gears of War on the 28th. We'll see. But yeah, if you enjoyed that, you know what to do. Hit the follow button. If you enjoyed this week's show, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And until next time, I'll love you, leave you, and see you all later. Goodbye.
bye.